What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to do a spoiler-free review of a new movie that just came out that is part horror, sci-fi, seafaring thriller, but it's called Sea Fever. Let's dive into it. Sea Fever came out April 10th, so it's been out for a couple of days on digital. Decided to watch it. Me and my girlfriend watched the trailer, and we were instantly interested in wanting to see this sort of film. So the story is about this trawler in Ireland that is going out in the middle of the ocean to fish, and a student that tags along with them who is studying biological anomalies, trying to get some sort of credit, I guess, for going on this trip. She's actually working at a science lab currently, and I guess this is part of her internship. I'm not 100% sure, but she goes on this trip, and eventually things kind of get messed up when they get stopped in the ocean by something. A tentacle something. And soon they find out that there is a parasite living among them. This movie is written and directed by Nasa Hardiman, which I hope I'm saying the name properly. She's directed many TV show episodes of like Jessica Jones, Happy Valley. She's even done a few documentaries, but this is her first feature film. It was picked up by Dust, who is a sci-fi company that has been promoting short films for a very long time, for very many years on YouTube, on Roku, and all these different places that you can watch it on. But they specifically focus on sci-fi films. So, being that this is a horror sci-fi seaworthy thriller, makes sense. So this is one of the films that they put out as a feature film. Now, if you're interested, I recommend checking out their YouTube channel. I do frequently because they have some really good content from independent filmmakers who are putting out short films that are really sci-fi. And they even have a sci-fi horror section of like 18 different shorts that you can check out right now. So if you're looking for something to do while in quarantine, booyah. Link below. So, for me, I saw tentacles, ocean, infection, creature. I would want to see something like that anyway, so I was instantly sold. The only thing that could have ruined this experience for me was the acting, and never fear here, guys. I actually think the acting is pretty spectacular. They do a damn good job with the acting. The characters are all very interesting, and at no point in time did I feel like I wasn't interested in the characters and the story that they were telling. I actually thought that Nasa did a really good job of writing this movie as well. She was even able to fit in some superstitions that people who like to go out and fish have. For example, in the movie, the scientist girl who is a student for this ship, she's actually a redhead. And I didn't know this, but it is considered bad luck for a redhead to be on board of a ship when they're going out. I looked it up a little bit to see what these superstitions had, and it actually said that if a red-haired woman spoke to you before you spoke to them, it was considered bad luck. Which is weird because there's a lot of women on board here too, and that also used to be another superstition, that women couldn't be out on boats because they would, of course, make the men jealous or cause problems, distract the men. So, but you know, that one's forgotten about, and the redhead one, I guess, still is around. You soulless pieces of shit. I don't know if you noticed, I got sort of red hair. I could say that, all right? But yeah, the characters are really great. I really enjoyed a lot of the story. It did kind of traipse over a lot of familiar territory as far as these kind of films go. It is a little hard to break out of those boundaries that if you're going to go with some sort of infection, sea creature, seaworthy thriller sort of thing. But I think they did a damn good job of it. It didn't feel like it was that bad. Although I have seen some people online who were specifically looking for a specific thing in the movie and they didn't get it. I think it would benefit people to know that it is more of a thriller than it is some sort of like creature crazy monster movie or anything like that. It's got some nuance to it, and I think they did a really good job. The lead character who plays the scientist, her name is Hermione Horfield. She's damn good, and she really rises to the occasion for the story, and I think she did an excellent job in this movie. Plus, there's other characters that I really was just really fond of in the movie. I won't spoil anything for you, but, you know, things happen, you lose some of these characters, and you kind of feel bad for them. Plus, the fact that we are talking about infection in this movie, be it parasites or not, it is kind of coincidental that we're going through something similar in the quarantine that we're in, so it makes for a pretty interesting, too close to home kind of story. There is also some gore in this film, which I thought was pretty decent. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It wasn't the shining beacon of the movie. It didn't distract from the drama, the thrills, the story at all. It was well put in there, and it made sense. Now, some people are going to probably feel like there is a lot of talking in this movie, but it is, for one, on a boat with a bunch of people. So, of course, there's a lot of different moving parts in this story. You've got the infection, you got the undersea problem, you got the middle of the ocean problem, you got people are infected around you, who's gonna die problem. All of that fit into one movie. For an independent film, I think is done really well. I think the story is good depending on where you want this story to go. I'm sure if you're a creature feature fan, you will find some value in this, but it is not a creature feature film. It is what it says it is, a horror, sci-fi, seaworthy thriller. So just keep that in mind when watching this movie. I think you will enjoy it. It's currently available for rent on VOD, digital, so that you can watch it now. It is actually $6.99 to rent this movie, which I think is a little pricey for people to take the plunge. Considering that I think it is a good movie, it could be 50-50 on what kind of movie you're looking for. But if you like a drama, sort of sci-fi, underwater mixed with infection, it may be just right for you. I would give this movie a 7.5, somewhere in there upon first view. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a way better film than I was expecting, and it didn't push it into great just because it's not the most original story, but what they do with it is interesting, and it kept me engrossed in the film the entire time. So there's a little bit to kind of lure you along to the very end, and the end for me was also really great. I thought it fit. But have you seen the film, guys? Like, what did you think of this movie? I've seen a few divisive kind of opinions about it, but I thought it was a pretty decent film to watch, and of all the other movies that are out there right now, this one kind of struck me as the most interesting out of all of them, and I think it was pretty apropos to pick this one for myself as well. I was just in the mood for it. Plus, I mean, Underwater just came out too, so if you're looking for that creature feature kind of film, you can check that out, because I gave that one an 8, I think, and that one's out for digital right now too. So something to think about. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming by this week. I'll try to put up more if I can this week. If not, it'll be next week. I got a lot going on right now behind the scenes, trying to do some extra work in 1 week. So doing like 2 or 3 weeks in 1 week. So it's a lot going on, but I wanted to take time out and relax and watch this and show you guys a good film that you might want to check out while in quarantine. But thanks for coming by, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if this was a good content for you. And make sure you tell your friends. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for stopping by. And as always, long live the void.